These are some things that are built right into Windows that make my life easier on a day-to-day basis. I hope they bring you some value. Here we go. Let's start with the Start menu. And we're gonna right-click on the Start menu. I know, right? So you can go to Apps and Features, Power Options, Event Viewer, System, Device Manager, any of these things, Task Manager, any of these things that are built into Windows, but this is just a quick and easy way to get to a number of Windows features. Apps and Features here is where you go to uninstall programs, or you can go down to Startup and turn things off that may be slowing your computer down on startup. Or you can go to Computer Management. Or you can go to Device Manager. I don't use them all the time, but it is nice to have a quick and easy way to get there. One of my favorite tools built into Windows is the Task Manager. So if you've got an application that's running slow or causing problems, you can go to the Processes tab, right-click, and hit End Task. You can also go to the Performance tab where you can see your CPU, memory, disk usage, Wi-Fi, and graphics processor. One of the cool things I like to do in CPU is change graph to that's overall utilization, or you can change the graph for logical processors. I like to see what the individual processors are doing. You can also check and see what your GPU is using or what your memory usage is. So then let's go to our normal left click on the Start menu, and you see this list of icons over here on the left hand side. You can customize this list if you right click on that and click Personalize this list. So there you can choose from File Explorer, Settings, Documents, Downloads, Music, and a number of different folders. When I come to the Start menu and I go here, I've got a quick and easy way to get to these folders. Another great thing in the Start menu are these tiles over here. So you see this Adobe section here. I'm going to recreate this. I'm going to unpin that tile. So you see we've got the Productivity section, Explore, and then that scrolls down and you can build other sections. So one way to do that is to grab a program from here on the left and drag it over, and then you see that little box that appears there. You can drop that there, and now you can name this group. I'm going to name this the Adobe group. Another thing you can do here is to drag these over, and they don't have to sit perfectly flush to the left, or you can resize these to make smaller tiles so that you can fit multiple applications across the row. You can then grab and move entire sections up and down this list so that you've got access to these tiles when you come to the Start menu. So you don't have to have a name in the top of this, but it is nice to have sections. You can also right-click tiles like this weather tile. You can go and turn the live tile on or off. Turning the live tile off for weather doesn't make much sense to me, but if you find these tiles distracting, you can prevent them from being viewed. Another thing you may have seen other people do is to take the taskbar, left click, and drag it to other areas of the screen. Now for me, I like the taskbar at the bottom of the screen, but some people do to the shape of the window, like their taskbar on the left-hand side. Another thing you can do is resize the taskbar to make room for more icons in case you're running out there. Another thing that is in the taskbar that a lot of people don't even notice is the type here to search. When you click in that box, before you ever start searching, you've got a list of things here that are easy access, most recent applications. You can get to recent documents, you can search the web, or to just come here instead of, you used to have to go to Start and then start typing here, but you can just click in this box and start typing. Another thing you may not have noticed in the taskbar is if you click on the date and time down here in the bottom, you get a full-size calendar to come up. That's handy sometimes when you just need to check and see what the date is, or if you have your calendar integrated, you'll get events included here in this box. Right next to that is the notifications area, so you can collapse or expand this group of icons down here. And let's say you wanted to turn your night light on, turn that on, makes a red shift on the screen, and that's nice for your eyes at night. You can also adjust your brightness up or down. Also, if you right click on the notifications area, you have this focus assist. So anytime you have notifications that are coming in as a part of Windows, you can turn all those notifications off. You can set some as priority, and so you can really limit the amount of pop-ups that are happening inside of Windows. And another thing that's a little bit hidden down here in the taskbar is if you go all the way to the right, let's say I had the calculator open and the screen snip, and I wanted to come to the desktop very quickly. No shortcuts required. I can just move my mouse to the bottom right of the screen and click this little box that's right down here just to the right of the notifications area. You don't have to try to hit it. You just move your mouse all the way down to the bottom right of the screen and click it, and it will toggle everything on the desktop to minimize or maximize. Another really handy thing that's built right into Windows is window organization. So let's just say I've got the task manager open here and I've got the calculator. I want to organize these so I can see them more easily. I can click and drag the calculator over to the right hand side of the screen. You see that little, we'll call it a doodad, that little animation that happens there. Let's catch it one more time. That little animation that happens there puts the calculator on the right hand side of the screen, and then it allows me to select anything that I have open on any screen that I have to focus here on the left hand side of the screen. So I'll click the task manager, and now I've got the screen perfectly split in two. So I've kind of got two screens in one, and if I mouse over the center tile here, it will resize both windows at the same time. So then I can have my calculator over here, and I can have my task manager over here. And let's just say we wanted to open a file explorer, and then I can take this and pull this file explorer here, drag it to the left, and it will automatically size to the same size as where I have that screen split set up. So speaking of window organization, another thing that's in the taskbar is the task view. And this is kind of a multiple desktop view. So you can create different workspaces across your desktop. You can create different workspaces within the machine so that, let's just say you have a work only desktop. You can name these, by the way, just by clicking on the name at the top. And then you have play games. And so when you go to the task view, you can switch between desktops, and now everything that was open on the work only desktop is not appearing. I go back to work only and I have all the windows there that I want to see. So it's a great way to organize the thoughts of what you're looking at while you're working on multiple things throughout the day. Something that can be handy from time to time. So we have these multiple windows open. We'll right click and cascade windows. You see how it kind of stacks them up one behind the other here. And so that's a nice way to quickly organize multiple windows. So then let's say you had two windows open. You had your task manager and let's say a browser open, but you wanted to fit in a folder as well. One thing that you could do is also slide that over to the left and then Windows down, Windows key down, and then it will do the same functionality where it allows you to fill in this space over here to the right. So then we've got Task Manager there, we've got our folders here, and we've got our full-size browser on the left. So there's lots of ways you can resize windows automatically within Windows. So one feature that I find really useful within Windows is when I have multiple things that I need on a clipboard. Windows has a capability built in. You go to Settings and then type Clipboard, you'll see Clipboard Settings. And then I can capture multiple things in the Clipboard History if you turn this Clipboard History on. So when I go, let's just go to a text editor. And so I want to copy different sections of this. So I'll right click and copy, or I can of course do Control C. So I've copied three different things there. If I hit Windows V instead of Control V, I've got these different options here. And then as I type Windows V, click the one I want, and it just keeps pasting whatever I have from the clipboard history. So that's pretty handy. I hope you got some value from the video, or maybe even enjoyed it. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you click the like button or subscribe if you want to see more ramblings. That's it for me. See you next time.